Hello. Right. I'm way more nervous this going live today because I was a bit sneaky last time I went live and I set it so that it was private and not public. And then just changed it to public after it finished. So that was a bit sneaky. But it can go one or two ways, can't it? Really, these kind of things. The the likelihood is there'll still be nobody watching live anyway, because I'm under no illusion that anybody cares really about listening to me. But yeah, I'm just gonna chill now, and I'm doing these lives as much for me and for me to practice speaking live as anything else. So yeah, of course, listening to a copywriter talk about their brand message and how they're developing that message is very valuable. But I'm doing this for me as well. I want to practice my speaking skills. I want to be able to show up and confidently share my brand story. And I used to be able to do that. I've been writing copy for clients for over 10 years, and I have tweaked my brand message and brand story several times over the last 10 years. Um, So it's not something that's new to us, but I really find it easier just to kind of do it and speak it and talk through the process. So yeah, like of course I'm doing it for myself. But hopefully it'll help somebody who's listening. Um, so last the last time I was live was Friday, and it really helped me in a lot of ways talking through that process actually. Um, Today, I wanted to talk more about the second part. So, last time I spoke on this subject, covered the three steps to attracting better clients with your marketing. So, step one is sharing your thoughts and opinions. So, I say sharing your opinions, but it's not just controversial opinions. It's just sharing where you're at, sharing your thoughts and your ideas, and getting feedback from that. And that's what I'm doing here. Um, the second step is to really understand your ideal client, like really understand. Everybody has different ways of doing ideal client work, and I'll talk about my way in a second. But it's really important that you go so deep to really understand the person that you're trying to help. And the third thing was around boundaries and sharing your boundaries, holding your boundaries, knowing what your boundaries are, creating systems and processes that all help with those boundaries. And when you've got those three parts nailed, sharing your opinions, understanding your ideal client, and your boundaries. And obviously, there's so many moving parts and nuances and little details within those three steps. This is just the big picture stuff. But if you get all of those steps right, then you will attract better clients with your marketing. So, clients, I've been thinking about this, and I'll what the insights I'd say that I uncovered from talking about this last time was so attract better clients for me is the end outcome that holds everything together. So that's the end outcome for everybody, all my different the segments of my market. So that's the umbrella that holds it all together. So whether people come to me for copywriting, or they're watching me on YouTube or watching me on TikTok. Nearly said Yik Yak. TikTok. The the whole thing that they come for, the outcome is to attract better clients. And there's lots of additional benefits of attracting those better clients. For example, um, less stress, more money. And then there's loads of different, what does less stress mean? Well, it means that you're not having to constantly push back on your boundaries, or like constantly hold your boundaries with people. Or it means that you don't have to, um, I don't know, work on a weekend. Or it's I'd say probably more important than that is like things around scope creep and um, not charging when you should really charge because you don't want to send the invoice or something like that. So attracting better clients is the umbrella outcome. Then there's loads of additional benefits under that. However, I have like I said, there's a different ideal client persona for each of the services, and I'm classing kind of talking on social media as a service, but it's like it's a channel, isn't it? But basically my ideal client is different for TikTok as it and YouTube compared to the website done for you website copywriting. So let's start with done for you website copywriting. What are the problems that people come to me for? So they usually I predominantly work with well-established businesses who have been in the game for quite some years and they understand that copywriting is something that they need. Um, their pain point will be a lack of clarity on their message. They've perhaps outgrown their message, lack of consistency around their message. The website doesn't reflect, because I'm a website copywriting specialist, so I'm focusing on that. I do write copy for emails and pictures and other things, but I'm mainly focusing on selling website copywriting. So the problems would be the website. So the external obvious problem is the website look is just outdated and it doesn't reflect who they really are. They're attracting good clients, but the website doesn't reflect that. So what I'm wanting to do is look at their best fit clients, the ones that they want more of, and position the website copy so that it speaks to more of those people, so they can up level all of the new inquiries that this company is getting to be better, more better clients. Yeah, so we're uploading, up leveling everything. The pain point will be probably they've tried to write copy in the past themselves, they've tried to DIY it. They've got somebody on their team who's just not really understanding the message. And so I would come in and find the message, get clarity on the message, and then put that message in the right places on the website so that we're converting a reader to a client. And also filtering out people who are just time wasters. So that's what I would say is that's the ideal client for my website copywriting services. It's not someone who doesn't understand what copywriting is and doesn't think it's important. No, like I only really work with people who are ready. They're ready. They've DIY'd in the past. They know that that's not the way to go forward. They're already sold on that idea. They just want to know that they're going to get a return on their investment. So that is how I will speak to people who want done for you services. My message is going to be different when I'm speaking to help people on, say, for example, YouTube, people who are learning how to attract better clients. They have a different set of problems. It's similar, but it's different. They will perhaps not understand, well, they'll probably be interested in, they'll probably be interested in copywriting, interested in learning how to write copy. So the outcome is right. So yes, they're struggling they're in the weeds struggling with a problematic client, and they need help to move out of that and to a place where they're consistently attracting better clients. So that is the outcome. So they perhaps don't understand, they want to learn how to attract better clients, but they don't perhaps understand that copywriting is the answer, or finding the right words is the answer. So this is the way I do ideal client work. I think about a client that I've had and constantly upgrade that client. So I will think about somebody. So out of the pool of clients that I've had, I think of the best and then the one that I want more of. And this is the process that I've consistently done for the last like 10 years, probably more consistently for the last 5 years, really. But I think of the best client that I've had, and then I tweak my marketing material to them. Then when I start attracting more of those clients, I start picking the best one and tweak my marketing to get them. And it's like an ever evolving process where I'm constantly refining, constantly up level, constantly refining, constantly up leveling. So that's why I'm hesitating, overthinking about, are they in the struggle mindset, or are they in they just want to increase. So going back to the clients for copywriting, and know they're already well-established businesses. They're not really struggling. Somebody who wants to up level their inquiry, the types of inquiries they're getting are already doing well. They have the money to invest in a service that's going to make them even better. So somebody who is in the DIY mindset, who wants to learn how to attract better clients, is somebody who perhaps they're they're in the struggle mindset. So that's the difference. So with my TikTok and YouTube content, I'm not saying that every single person who I'm speaking to is struggling. There will definitely be some people who aren't struggling and they've got the money to invest and they want to upgrade. But as a bottom of the funnel, it's going to be targeted at the people who are struggling and with that the pain point of undercharging, over delivering, um, yeah, they're in that struggle mindset. Um, so I think that I feel like that's probably I've had loads of light bulb moments there. I don't know whether you've had light bulb moments listening to my brain dump, but for me, it's so cathartic to speak these things through. And yeah, I'm open to feedback. If it's weird listening to my thought process, I don't know, but it is really cathartic for me to kind of speak about these things because I know that I'll get better and better and better every time I do a live. So it's forcing me to think more quickly about these things because at the moment, because I haven't actually spoken about moving people from where they're at now to attracting better clients, and I've just thought about it, and I've got all of the ideas in my head, but I'm not articulating them properly yet, and I'm fully aware that I'm not articulating them properly yet, and like I say, this live is to help me and it's there for anybody else who wants to listen. But I feel more confident by speaking about these things. To other people, it might just be a load of waffle, but there you go. That it is what it is. Um, I think tomorrow I'll talk about boundaries, and then that's kind of the three things covered. Part one, part two, part three. Um, but yeah, it's evolving. Right, I'm gonna go now because I feel like I've probably said said enough. But if you have got to the end of this, then well done. Okay, bye bye.